So now we are under a timer. Luckily, the menus do not cause you to lose time. So you can stop and kind of think if you want to kind of think where to hit next. We're basically going to go into every building in this town now and find one or more items in them. And then we have to rush back here and set traps. And the first thing is, Billy here has a slingshot. Got another jacket. We get an oil in an empty bottle. And Mad Dog kind of says, hey, if we find oil in empty bottles, we can make Molotov cocktails. And we want to make one. We want to make multiple, but you know. And it takes a bit of time off of our timer, but we will have more than enough for what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, please overlook the month's profits. We can try to go in here and look around. If I could actually. But we get yelled at by Annie. But we need to look in there first, because looking in there unlocks something in here. Not the cigar. No, it unlocks something over here. Hang on. We find a pinup poster of someone named Jennifer. And believe it or not, that is a trap. And that is the first bell. Now all these buildings that used to be locked, we can go into. Come on. And then we go up here. Nothing up there. Grab some dynamite, grab that. There's stuff hanging on the gun racks. Yeah, a few extra steps. And we get the cigar out the desk. The cigar, just in case you're wondering, is a healing item. There's number 2. here, find a shovel. Make another one. You can get a frying pan. And there are two uses for the frying pan. The frying pan I never equipped that, did I? There we go. As soon as I get done, okay. The frying pan is actually something you can equip, and it gives you a little bit of vitality. Basically, you strap it to your front and it acts like a piece of armor. However, if instead you choose to use it as a trap, and it is a trap, you'll knock one more person out of the fight. So let's hang on to it and keep it as a trap. I'm just going here. Yeah, I did. Yeah. There's bell 3. Okay, that's the only thing in here. That's right. Okay, so where was it? Okay, was there anything else? Yeah. There. I believe there's one more thing to grab. In the next... There's the fourth one. Okay, now we have all these stuffs. And now, if you have enough time, we should be able to talk to you. That we've gathered everything, now we gotta start delegating work. And each of these people will take a different amount of time to set up different traps. So we need to start with Billy, because Billy is going to take forever to do something. And since he gave us the slingshot, let's give him a slingshot to set up. Because he's like the only person that can set that up. And now we'll make use of the sheriff. Because I don't like you a whole lot, we'll have you dig a pit. And it kind of tells you if they can do anything, if these items can do anything specific, like dynamite, it's a trap, but you can use it in battle. The barman's poster is a sexy poster. The horse dung can be put in pits. Let's see. The carrot, horses love it, of course. The rope works well against mounted people. Things like that. You'll get all these little things we can do. And I think you're going to go dig a pit. Because believe it or not, he is actually the fastest worker out of the bunch. And we could have Annie actually help out. Although I wouldn't call Annie a feller. And Annie can actually take the frying pan and use it as a trap. Go figure. But now that she's gone, we can take a second. I'm only doing this because Easter egg. We get her 90. Because we are the good guys. Oops. So now that we're getting the pit dug, let's go ahead and let you set up a rope. And he's done. Sometimes he's fast, sometimes he's not. He kind of works quickly. Yep, now we're gonna get sued by PUBG because we use a frying pan. And we will have you chuck the alcohol at people. Okay, oil in this case. And I'm going to give you some dynamite to set up. You can help. We will have you set up the carrots. One of the carrots. We'll have you put out the coal tar. Basically lay things down and make it kind of sticky to make them harder to do anything. And that should be sheriff. You can go set up the horse dung. Now that we know the pits are dug. Let's see, what do I have left? Carrots. Oh yeah, the sexy poster. We'll use that. And let's see. I am down to the carrots and the Molotovs. There's Bell 5. Throw another Molotov. And at this point, I don't think I have to have them use the extra carrots or the extra Molotovs, because I think this will be the maximum amount of traps going. But once they come back, you can have them set up another one. It's not entirely useful as far as I know, but it does keep them busy. So now you got the entire town doing errands. Well, he came back quick. Set out another carrot. And now we will just wait here. Or actually, we won't, because it didn't help. Mostly waiting for the bartender to get back. Because the bartender will allow you to pass time. Just gonna get in our, gonna get in some sprinting here. Got to warm up for the fight. Oh, good, you're back now. Now let's warm up our elbow. Basically, you get a story and it advances time until either the next bell rings or someone comes back from setting up a trap. And don't worry about the stories, because you just get like half a sentence and then the bell rings or the person comes back. Instead, we're just going to set our liver, we're just going to pickle our liver here. Yeah, we're nursing the same drink and just listening to the bartender's tale. And Billy manages to make it back. Also one of you. Like 2 people still out there, so. One. You just set up another shot. And they're back. So now, if the game hasn't bugged out, and I don't think it will, we should get a bell, which will be the 8th one. And now enjoy the cutscene. Because you remember from the ninja episode, there was that Watanabe scene? We're getting another one. Yeah. And unfortunately for them, they just happened to pass by this town as the crazy bunch was going to come in. So the father gets shot and dies. So you're seeing all the traps come into play here. So yeah, the last one got taken out by the sexy poster because he saw it in the street and fell off his horse. And each one of these guys you see get fall off their horse, that's one less we would have to fight in the end. Just to give you an idea of how many fights there are here. Oh, the rope didn't actually get triggered. The rope did not get triggered. Oh well. So we have a couple extra dudes to deal with. Technically, he's not outnumbered yet. If the rope had triggered, it would have taken those two out. And all we would have left with is Dio here. Oh, Dio. So we happen to have a lot of healing items, so this should be fine. We're also all the ones who directed all those traps. Yeah, and he has a Gatling gun. So, we have one slight problem in that we do not want to be diagonal of Dio for any reason whatsoever. Otherwise, we're okay. There were 16 in total. There were 16 in total. And Dio there is a looker, ain't he? Dio is indeed a looker. So what we need to do is get right up in this dude's face. And before we actually fight him, we need to kind of get these two in a little better shape here. Right there. Let's see, which one? I think the lightning shot was the best one. Yeah. 1 tequila. We have a handful of cigars. And a cigar gives us a nice stat boost. But right now, since we've got Dio kind of pinned in like this, he can't move through us. The only thing he can do is use a Molotov cocktail on us. Which, the Molotov cocktail is not a scary thing. It only does a few damage to us. The real threat is the horse, is the helpers here. And we may kill Dio through counters alone at this rate. But now we kind of got Dio in a corner. And that Molotov cocktail, okay, yeah, it's going to do a little damage. But that's all he can do. As long as you aren't lined up directly diagonally of him, he can't use his good attack. Which I have no interest in actually letting him show off. It's just going to take a little bit to grind him down. You can chug some bourbon to take the pain away. Of course, it makes him drunk. Yeah, he's an evil TF2 heavy. Yeah, that Molotov cocktail's not going to do a whole lot to us. Although he is focusing on a Mad Dog there a lot. Ow, that one actually hurt. Have a cigar. And he's dead. Yet another villain named Odio bites the dust. And, that just happened. He turned into a horse. An angry horse. Yeah, when the 7th was annihilated by the allied Sioux and Cheyenne forces, they only spared a single horse. This horse. At least that is the rumor or legend. The Dio horse. Yeah, Dio's to blame for everything. If all the soldiers' anger and despair had gathered into that horse. Tales of the Old West. And of course, Mad Dog's going to do what Mad Dog's going to do. Now that the crazy bunch is taken care of. We can try to just ignore this. The town's at peace. I don't know if it means the soldiers are at peace. That horse is still up and running. We can lose on purpose, but that's a game over. And it would take Mad Dog a lot of shots to actually finish this off. So we will save it. The problem is we can try to lose on purpose. The problem is we counter him to death. That's right, I forgot about that. I screwed up. Yes, he is dead. See, we could try to lose to him. It just absolutely does nothing except actually kills Mad Dog. I forgot I needed to do one more thing. So let's actually show that off. Let's actually show that off, what I need to do. So you have a very hard time losing to Mad Dog. It just doesn't work that way. Because you'll counter him into oblivion. That's a problem. So the only way to get out of this battle and not kill either one of you two, run. Flee, basically. And we can try to stonewall them here for actual answers, but we gotta tell them we're leaving. So the sheriff has kind of realized he's been a very bad sheriff. And the promised reward for getting rid of the villains, it doesn't exist. All the gold is gone. And we can choose to kind of stare at them in disapproval. But Sundown finally actually says words here. It's like, you folks reminded me how to protect the weak. And he points at the band to get them to start playing. So the sheriff has a flash of memory here. And he remembers that the Sundown Kid was known throughout the West for his arm. And people were always out to challenge him to duels. And because of him, his town got attacked by an entire band of outlaws. He couldn't save the town, so he put a price on his own head and wandered the desert looking to die, basically. Yep. Yep, that's the story. Yes, he put the price on his own head. That's why he's a wanted man. He was looking to use the gunfights to kind of atone for his sin of not being able to protect the town. So there's your good element for shipping. Shipping Sundown and Mad Dog. He keeps that bounty up and Mad Dog will keep coming after him. But at least now we know it is totally possible to kill off Mad Dog at the end of that chapter. Yeah, hey, it's the Wild West, man. Times were different then. Ask about what? I don't think Mad Dog cared. He just knew there was a $5,000 price tag on the guy's head. There are things you don't ask when $5,000 are on the line back in the Old West. Well, the thing is, that chapter is over. The chapter is over, and these were the people that worked on it. So yeah, they basically had a different group. It wasn't obviously all different, but, you know. But they figured for chapters with such varying themes and all this, they wanted different people to do the music. And the design and such. That's why the chapters are all so wildly different in how much combat and how many forced combats and all that there actually is. Baldi's Basics popularity. Yeah, this one was pretty much just trap and time management based. And because we let him live, Mad Dog, we kind of need to have a talk about your horse there. Yeah, that horse. You know, the one that was wielding a Gatling gun at the two of us not that long ago. Yeah, we kind of noticed. There aren't that many purple horses around. So, you know, we can't run this time. Of course, you know, we do fight. It's not actually going to kill Mad Dog this time. Maybe he's just happy to have a new owner. And yeah, kind of the same thing as last time. Why don't you ever kill me? And he shot the reins again. Adios. So yeah, if you don't kill Mad Dog, you get that little quick ending there. But yeah, you notice that was a very short chapter. Incredibly freaking short. You know, kind of like just amazingly short. The next chapter's not gonna be much longer.